So 2 weeks ago, I had the pleasure of speaking at my alma mater, at Texas A&M University. I was asked to go down there and speak before a class as related to entrepreneurialism and business and growing and getting better. The most interesting thing about this process is that the person who gave me the invitation to come down there and speak was my son, Benjamin Miller. When Benjamin asked me to come down there and speak, okay, no big deal. Hey, I'll come down there and speak. My son is into a lot of entrepreneurial type things. He is helping people start businesses. He's actually teaching down there. He's got an internship for this summer with Dell. He's got an internship next summer with Deloitte, one of the biggest consulting companies in the country. And he is off to an absolute fantastic start with his life. What was really interesting, when I walked into the lecture hall, I'm seeing all these students, right? I'm seeing all these young kids and seeing them studying, seeing them preparing for finals, seeing them doing their thing. And it just brought me back to me being a student while I was there, to me listening to other speakers that came back to give back. And it's like, wow, now I'm one of these alumni coming back to help, trying to give a hand to some of these kids and inspire them. And so as I'm sitting there speaking with these kids and I'm looking around the room and they're full of so much energy and they're listening intently. And so I got to make sure that I'm saying the right things, being very truthful with them, but at the same time, giving them the real. And one of the things I was sure to inspire them is like, look, you kids are smart. You're intelligent. The fact that you got into this school, I know with my twins getting in this year and then knock on wood, my daughter getting in for the fall of this year, meaning I'm gonna have 3 kids at A&M. I know how big of a challenge it is. I know how special it is. And I know how smart you kids are. So you guys need to keep in mind how special you are, how smart you are. When you set your mind to a particular goal, you can make it happen. And so I'm telling them these things, not just because it's what they need to hear, but because I truly believe that they can do great things and they can be very special. The other thing that really kind of hit me over the head was that I'm sitting here, all these kids are listening to me at my alma mater, giving this speech about business, which I feel like I'm fairly decent at. And then I look at my son and he's listening intently and he's paying attention. And I can see that my son is proud of me. I can just see it. I can feel it. After the session, you know, my son and I, we love each other, but you know, it's kind of, he stays over here, I stay over there. My son had his arm on me, like almost the entire time. It's like, he's like staying close to me and he's like, I could just feel the energy because he was so proud of his father. And as I'm driving back to Houston, I'm just like, he's learning, he's growing, he's excelling way beyond where I was at his particular level. It was just so special to know all these things that God had put in my life and that they were going so well. And my son is so proud of me because there's nothing more special than seeing that your son loves you and he's proud of you, right? And going back and giving back. And then just having that feeling, I felt like it was my son's wedding day or something. Like, okay, it's kind of like a rite of passage. I've put you in school. I've done these things for you. I've encouraged you. And now you can carry the torch and you can do with it what you will. Because one thing I know about my son is that he's going to make it. He's going to achieve it because I already see these things. A month ago, he gave this speech at A&M in front of hundreds of people, literally hundreds of people. That was unbelievable. And I told him after that day, I said, son, you are years ahead of where I was when I was your age. There is no way I could deliver a speech like you just gave in the fashion that you just did it at this early age. There's no way. And he's like, really, Dad? Are you saying that? Because, hey, you're a pretty good speaker. I said, son, I'm pretty good. And you're going to be better than me. There's no question. And I love it. I couldn't be more proud. I'm as beaming as he was. I'm as happy as he is because it's like God has blessed me with the opportunity to raise a beautiful kid, a smart kid who's excelling in life, And the fact that I can give back to him, to the school, and move forward, it's an experience in life that I will never, ever forget. So last week was really special with regards to delivering that speech up at A&M in front of my child at my favorite school, Texas A&M University. If you ever have the opportunity to do that, your kids ask you to get involved, make sure you take advantage of that opportunity. It doesn't happen very often, but it was one of the most special opportunities I had in my life. I'm attorney Darren Miller, and this is DLAW.